I first became acquainted with Colel Chabad in about a decade ago. I brought my first daughter on a mother-daughter Bat Mitzvah mission to Israel. We came to Pantry Packers for a day to volunteer there and see what Colel Chabad does.
Orit went with our daughters 3 different times, and then I did with my son. And over that decade, we were able to get involved in a small way.
Hey, packaging mung beans at Pantry Packers. It was important to me to show my kids as they approach their Bat Mitzvah all about chesed. I wanted to instill in them that sense of gratitude, not just by showing them people that don't have as much, but by showing them how much more fulfilling life is when they're able to give back.
We were in Israel on October 7th, and when we returned home, we realized that the need was just tremendous.
In the north, in the south, wherever it is, they don't have what they need and don't have any clear solution of how they can make it better.
And we looked for an organization that had the infrastructure and the know-how to be able to address the immediate needs immediately. And there were very few organizations that were set up in a way that could address the need, so we turned to Colel Chabad. Nobody had the infrastructure in place to reach the needy through all the corners of Israel and to be able to deliver them help how they needed it, when they needed it. Colel Chabad already, through their food insecurity programs, through their credit card programs, had the ability to deliver help to the people who needed it most.
My father was the 5th of 9 siblings. First of those siblings to be born in Israel. The older ones were born in Morocco. Shortly after I was born, my parents moved back to America. And my father needed to start a new life knowing nothing about America. My parents were always very affiliated, and I always went to Jewish day school. They were not particularly observant. Around 5 years ago, they moved to a community in Florida, Boynton Beach, and they were surrounded by Jews, but they were Jews that were affiliated culturally, but not religiously. And for some reason, this really bothered my dad, and he felt compelled to spread a Jewish message to all of his new friends. When he got sick, he started a club there called the Jewish Experience. He would invite them to come for Shabbat, to his Pesach Seders, and he built a sukkah so he could invite them in to make a bracha. Since he passed away, the club has continued, and he would have been so proud to see that at the Hanukkah party, they spoke about Hanukkah. They had over 200 people in attendance.
It was particularly fitting for us as we were trying to find an appropriate way to commemorate the first yahrzeit of Orit's father. Her father passed away on Chaf Daled Tevet, which turned out to be the same date as the yahrzeit of the first Lubavitcher Rebbe, who founded Colel Chabad. And to commemorate my late father-in-law's passing by accepting this honor, recognizing that our involvement came really through his teaching Orit the importance of community, our trying to involve our children in community, and ultimately passing this on to the next generation, we thought was a particularly appropriate way to commemorate his yahrzeit.
When we help each other, we're so much stronger. I can tell my kids what they should do or what I think is important, but I think that the most impactful way to teach them what is important is by modeling it myself. And I think it's uncomfortable sometimes to be public about our involvement in things, but at the end of the day, it is important that my kids see what we think is important, where we want to put our resources and our time and our attention. And Colel Chabad is one of the best organizations that I can think of to teach them those lessons.